you know. What can I grow now? How do I grow big? Like grow big TV. What can I hear?
Hey, welcome to Grow Big TV.
Laughing out loud, but I'm still learning. You're on Grow Big TV. On Grow Big TV.
And here's Joe and Corky.
We're back!
Hello!
We're back. So good to see you. It's the Marshmallow Man. Boom!
It's so weird being back. It's weird. We haven't been live together in a while. Thanks, guys, for coming in.
And we haven't talked to each other. So when we talk about topics and who we bring up, there's very little discussion being made because it involves so much more. So Corky's thoughts and my thoughts could be complete opposite. And that's what we want for the show. We want you to put stuff in your pocket, see what you believe in, see how you want to grow, and all those little things. And we have one great topic today is RFK. And we're going to try to cover the good, the bad, the ugly, and all little shenanigans going around. And there's a lot of shenanigans in the world, but everybody should have their own opinion. So let's see who's in the chat quick. Besides, I said, Lewis. Boom. We got Built on a Rock Homestead, and Happy Mac is here. Thank you guys for coming. Juby's here. Now that was
show us out, guys.
Rebel Canners. Tammy's here. So in the past 3 years, I'm used to talking to Juliana Juby most like it seemed like every couple days. And now we haven't talked. It feels like, man, part of my life is just like, whoa, like where have I been? And I've been really busy. Hey, there's Jane Doe. Welcome in, Jane. So this is going to be our time. We'll go live. We're going to try to be at 12. It could go a little earlier. It could go an hour later, but we're going to try to concentrate our time at noon. So you all know we're going to go live at noon. But, life things happen. In the summer, things happen. Family events happen. So we're going to do our best we can stay at this time.
Yeah.
But we'll let you guys know. Read your community post. That's very important. So, because we'll put stuff there in a week. And there's so much great material and information with graphs and everything on our community page. And the same thing, we're going to put it to our Facebook page and post stuff there. And hopefully you guys can all learn from that. And, we're learning too. And so is the whole world.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we've been going through is a lot of stuff is only done apart ways. When we talk about the soil, well, we only know about 10% of the soil. We completely stop what we're learning for some reason. Here we're going back to Terra Preta and all that stuff. And why? We should know everything. It's been, 100 years? I don't know how many years. Why do we stop when we're talking about our healthcare? Why did everything just go to medicine instead of finish with food? I do a lot of when we're talking about the soil, anything to do with our health. Mushrooms. Why do we only know 10% of what mushrooms are out there?
Yeah,
the health benefits. It's when we talk about science, everything is great in moderation. Everything that goes beyond and beyond and beyond, it kind of gets scary. So let me see who else. Just Meritz's Yarn and Crafts. Welcome in. So good to see you. So I was looking up RFK, right? And the money put down in social media is the millions and millions and millions of dollars to put the guy down. here you got, the RFK, JFK, the whole family. It's like the biggest thing in the world, the biggest thing. Why did that guy didn't get security? Everybody wants to go after him. Why? It's like, okay, here is trying not to get in trouble. I can't say the one word I want to say, but actually, I'm going to stop right there. Safety is everything. And if people going after somebody, they should be protected. And everybody's after him. And it's because of a reason. Is the money. Money, money, money.
Yeah, but when you make so much money like that, money doesn't mean crap. Like, doesn't mean anything. Because you have all the money in the world. Like, why would you... So if you try to pay off somebody that has a ton of money, it isn't going to work because it's like, I already have this money. I don't need you. Like, you know what I mean? So that's kind of why I like RFK, because he is pretty truthful, because he doesn't care about the money. He has money. He doesn't need the money. You know what I mean? So he's not getting paid off. He is pretty genuine. So
the cost of security is in the millions. So here's a guy running for president before, and all that money he needed for his campaign had to go to help protect him. Yeah. I mean that's insane right there. I mean, really insane. I can't even imagine. I just can't believe the amount of money spent on the taxpayers. What we're finding out right now.
Yeah.
How does
all the stuff that is coming out? That's another thing that kind of shocks me a little bit that people are so angry. Why are people so mad about that? I don't understand. So you're mad that you're exposing a bunch of people and their nonsense? Because why are you mad about that? I don't understand. I'm so confused. Hey, Sheptek, thanks for coming in.
And you know what? I get involved with a lot of things and know a lot of people. And there are a lot of programs that are getting shafted right now. But the thing is those programs have to get out.
Yeah.
Because of all the conspiracy they spread, all the money wasted, all the money go to other countries. And yes, other programs, money has to go there. But you have to get the whole program out so we can shift the money directly the way it should be directed. And that's what a lot of people don't get. New Jersey, NOFA, the agriculture center. They're losing a lot of money. The ag centers, the teaching centers, all these little things. They're losing a lot of money. But they got to know that, hey, this money's going to come back. But, hey, that person that's making $5 million sitting at his desk, or $20 million, or $100 million, hey, we got to get those shenanigans out of here before we put the money back in place where it should be. And it's scary because all social media wants to say, we're getting rid of Medicare, we're getting rid of Medicaid, we're getting rid of this.
They're just trying to scare people. And that's another thing. Like, ever since January 21st, then the news started coming out, and like the scare tactics I'm like, that's not true. We just saw it. We just saw it on TV. It did not happen. Like, I just don't understand. I don't know. The scare tactics are just unreal.
But like school health programs, which you're involved with, a lot of these things will come back, but they have to follow the trail, have to do the research, because nothing has been audited. Mm. Nothing has been audited. But when you see all this money given out, it's a shame. Yeah. I went to a chiropractor friend who I'm actually going to have him my other channel, and we talked about, healthcare a little bit, which is always an interesting topic. And the money wasted going to pharmaceutical companies and things like that when you don't really need to. I mean, I'm put into a bind because medicine is good. Medicine comes from a lot of resources that people forget. Vegetables. Yeah. Medicine comes from a lot of vegetables and fruits.
And I think a lot of people don't understand how that works either. Like, if you with the regenerative farming thing, I'm really, really into that, because if we can bring life back to the soil, when we grow vegetables, people won't be sick anymore. Like, because you're getting the nutrients back. So many chemicals have been put into the soil that you're not getting anything from the vegetables that you're eating. That's why we have to be supplemented so much. That's why America is like king of the vitamins, because we have to supplement so much because we're not getting what we need from what we eat. It's pretty scary, actually.
It's scary to know that 4/5 of the ocean is also too acidic. And we are in our last inch of soil. So if you're talking about your vegetables, Silly Lily's here. Good to see you, Silly Lily.
I love your Oriental lily that you have as your picture. That is beautiful. I have those on my side yard. And like one year, my husband dumped out all the chicken stuff like in my flower bed, like all the bedding and stuff, because we had little baby chicks and we were moving them. My Oriental lilies were like 6 foot tall in one section. They were so big. The stargazer, yeah. They were so beautiful. They were so big. It was funny. And they were almost as tall as my husband. My husband had to stake them up because they were so big.
And if you haven't check out, It's All About the Biology. And that's Silly Lily's husband's channel. And he has some awesome
Wait,
guests.
Is that
there.
Ken?
Yes. Yep.
Ken.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Ken Somerville. Yep. And so that's a great channel to check out the soil. And we have a lot of similar interests, and just what a great guy, what a great family they are. So we're talking about the soil. So we talked about the ocean, 4/5 acidic. And what do we continue doing? Putting bombs in there, doing this, doing that. Tons of fish just dying out in the ocean. You want to talk about global warming? Well, it starts with the soil and it starts with the ocean. You fix those two, you fixed a lot of problems in the world. So salt doesn't just clear everything out there. And it's water. It's water. Come on. Think about how's your water tasting today? I don't know about yours, but
I don't drink my water from my tap because I live down the street from a field that has been using glyphosate and Roundup for 100 years. And I don't drink my tap water. When I do, I run it through a filter, but I can't even guarantee that it's taking all of that out of there. But yeah, that is another thing, like, you have to really be aware of, like, what you're drinking. We also stopped drinking from bottles of water. We stopped drinking bottled water because of all the plastic. So we've switched. We got a filter.
Plastic.
Yeah. Just for the fact that, one, we're saving a ton of money because we don't have bottles of water that we're buying. We used to buy like 5 cases at a time, And so, yeah, we don't do that anymore. We have a filter. I actually like the filtered water that comes through that. It's really good. So, but yeah, you just have to be really careful because what are you exactly ingesting? And sometimes even if you test it, it doesn't, it costs a lot of money to test water like that. So you don't really.
And how we put, if people got Poland Springs, for example, where do you store your Poland Springs? God, Camp and Family Compound talks about this a lot last year, where, hey, where you store your water's going to change. If you store it on the ground or not, I forgot exactly what he used to say. Man, I'm so out of the loop. But
anyway, I haven't said hi to Jane Doe. I haven't seen you in forever. Thank you for being here.
And welcome in, Brittany. It's good to see you. Where you store your water is very important.
Yes. And you definitely want to store it up off of the cement, probably on a pallet. You don't want to have it directly on the ground if you do store bottled water. You definitely, and it doesn't last very long in those bottles before the plastic starts leaching in. So you have to be very careful with that.
So talking back a little bit about conspiracy. Again, with the soil, since we're on the soil, I don't want to end with that because I always like talking about the soil. So we talked about the ocean, the soil. If you have a healthy soil, you have a healthy plant, you have a healthy you have healthy lice. Everything starts with the microbiome. All right,
Right.
that all starts with the soil.
Dude,
So
since I started, okay, I'm educating myself even being a host on Grow Big TV, because as soon as I started thinking in that mindset, my garden did fabulous last year. Fabulous. The amount of bugs I got, 0. I mean, I did have some, and that's okay to have some bugs, like bad bugs, and I did have some, but for the most part, I had like none, and it was amazing. I just had to worry about pests eating my cucumbers. But other than like, I mean, like raccoons and stuff. But for the most part, like my soil was awesome because I fed the microbes. I put in my biochar. I did all those things and I had fabulous soil. It was amazing. It's amazing. I still did my organic methods by planting my marigolds, and that kind of stuff to repel bugs. But for the most part, I have to say it's because I fed my soil, and I was putting spoiled milk on my soil. I would put spoiled milk on there, put in the biochar. Anytime because sometimes we don't even drink a whole gallon of milk. My husband stopped drinking it, and like the only one that usually drinks it is Fred. So, I'll just leave it out, let it spoil a little bit in the container, and then I'll go outside and dump it in my garden. I mean, it's amazing how much just feeding your soil like that really works. It's amazing. And the biochar, it's amazing.
Now, the thing is all biochar is not created equal. People think they could just burn some wood and there we go.
No,
it doesn't work that way.
Mm-mm.
Kelpie Wilson. Where's that book? I know I got that book. I got a book.
And if you just burn some wood, you have to be very careful because that's very acidic, and you're going to put those ashes on your garden. You have to be very, very, very careful. When you're doing biochar, it has to be like a specific heat. It has to be, there's like specifications. That's why I didn't make mine. I bought it because as soon as I make it, I'm sure that I would mess something up.
And Jane Doe just put a great website out there, the U.S. Biochar Initiative website. So go check out that website, U.S. Biochar Initiative website. Kelpie Wilson's one of the leaders. We had some great people on Grow Big 24. Well, this is Grow Big 25 now. Whoop, whoop. Grow Big 24. We had some great people talking about biochar, some of the world leaders. One of the people that we had on our show was Kelpie Wilson, the biochar handler.
Super nice. I really liked her.
Now, that's her Ring of Fire. Huge, right?
Mm-hmm. Hello, everybody from LinkedIn. Thanks for coming in. And I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your name. George, I'll just call you George. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you.
And
biochar is really awesome. And I really wish that more, like, they were talking, okay, I heard that it takes like 20 years to get like the stuff out of your soil. Like if you're constantly using Roundup, that kind of thing, it takes like 20 years to get it out of your soil. But if you use biochar, and you go back to regenerative farming and use biochar, I'm sure it doesn't take 20 years to get your soil back to where you need it. That biochar really, really works, and it can work in a way that it can suck the bad stuff up out of the soil as well. So
biochar is awesome, but the thing is again, everything's good in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Too much biochar can have a negative effect. So remember that. So never, just always when you grow in your own food, everything is good in moderation. If you think you're gonna,
Sorry, I had to make me some tea. Thank you. I'm like, I need some tea.
If you think you're going to use too much fertilizer or whatever you're using, no, it doesn't work that way. If you think your garden is going to be the same way every year, No, it doesn't work that way.
No, and I wish it did, because there are some years I had better tomatoes than I did the next year. You know, I wish it was the same every year, but it's not. Things change. The environment changes. You do have to make sure, like when you're planting things like tomatoes, that you have enough calcium and stuff in your soil. Otherwise, you're going to get rot, blossom and rot, you know, that kind of thing. So you have to make sure that you have the correct stuff in your soil every year. But things like biochar, like you can put your fertilizers in there, and the biochar, it just keeps it in there and it releases it, and you're going to have amazing plants. You gotta do it the right way.
Welcome in, Jersey Twister. We miss you too, Jersey Twister.
Love you. Thank you for coming in.
It's a twister. It's a twister.
Silly Lily, you're right about the sunflowers. Sunflowers have been known to do wonderful things in Chernobyl. Actually, they would plant sunflowers there to help with the radiation and things like that. So there's really good studies on sunflowers and what they can do for the soil.
It's always the little things that help.
Sunflowers I plant everywhere. I love them. They're so beautiful, and I love all the colors. I think I've got like every single color sunflower that I could possibly think of, and the red ones are so beautiful. So yeah, sunflowers are awesome, and they're beautiful. So,
and just let everybody know on LinkedIn, that is one thing I kept up with in the last year. We have over 5,000 subscribers now from the world leaders and pretty much everything ag. And I like to welcome everybody in from the whole world, and everybody that's following us. We appreciate you. And when we want you guys to share too. You guys are professional at your own craft. We want to hear from you. And if you want to be interviewed and come on, grow big, send us the email, and we'll go on from there. We're also going to do some reviews. And so this is pretty cool. I'm going to do a review on it. We got a book. Look, it's Macy and the Magic Veggies.
Oh, that's cute.
And so Peter messaged me, and we're going to do a little review on this book called Macy and the Magic Veggies.
Hey, Sam. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, awesome. Welcome in. It's so good to see everybody. We have 18 here in the chat, and a lot more in other sites. So this is pretty cool.
Brittany, I love crimson clover. It is so beautiful, and it's really beautiful in a flower arrangement. I had a wildflower mix one year, and it had crimson clover in it, and it's beautiful red. It's perfect for like a fall arrangement. It's so beautiful. Like you put that in there with like some zinnias, and it just looks so beautiful. But yeah, clover does a lot more than just look beautiful. But yeah.
So we're going to talk a lot more about RFK because he's part of the regenerative lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And a regenerative lifestyle is what we basically talk about, and the community we talked about. And we had some people on our page that are kind of friends with him, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
do you follow John on Facebook?
A little bit.
Yeah, yep. I do too. I love his rants. I just like, okay, this guy, like, okay, when we first interviewed him, I was kind of like concerned. I thought the guy was like way left, to be quite honest. And I'm not way right, and I'm not way left. I'm into whatever logically makes sense. That's kind of what I am into. And his posts lately, I'm just like, this guy. I wish I would have known all this before I met. I knew him, but I didn't know him that well, and I didn't follow him. But now that I follow him, I'm like, I wish we could go back and do another interview, because there's like 101 questions now that I have for him that after following him for a year, so.
And that's one of the things I will always say, put stuff in your pocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always put stuff, even if you disagree, put stuff in your pocket, because sometime or another, it might make sense, or it might change the way everybody thinks. So that's pretty cool. Let me see what. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. You're from Kenya?
Kenya.
Awesome.
Families.
Marshmallow
saying, boom.
A long, long time ago, I used to have a pen pal from Kenya. It was so cool. It was when I was in 6th grade, and we would write each other. And then I also had a friend from Hungary that I wrote to. My friend from Hungary, though, we've been friends for 35 years. And she has been to my house several times, and, just super cool.
So all this stuff that's being said about all our politicians and everything here, the negativity and the propaganda has to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And Kathleen, welcome in. I mean, this stuff that I still can't get over it. The taxpayers are paying for everything. As in propaganda about the other party. It's not even paid out. George Soros is getting money to his 90 media outlets that he paid for to spread false stuff. It's not even coming from his pocket.
Yeah. Some of the stuff
taxpayers.
Straight up. Like I read on Facebook, like a lot of things that, political or whatever. Some people will be like, that isn't true. Like they know. Like, why are you lying? That isn't true. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I know. It's crazy. It's a crazy world. Don't believe everything you hear, I guess, on social media. It's crazy.
Yeah, common sense has to prevail, and everything on both parties. Common sense has to prevail. When we're paying other countries $60 billion, and we can't feed the homeless, or we can't feed the people with nasty disasters, and so on and on and on. It's a shame. We need to protect ourselves first before we help other people. We need the people that are on Medicaid, for example, or the people that are truly disabled. They should be getting more money. And the people that are getting off Medicaid because they're going to dismantle some things, people understand the money is going to come back to it. But we have to get rid of the Medicaid that people are just collecting money just for the heck of it. Medicare. Imagine being with all these everything raised in prices. Everything raised, eggs, $8, all this other stuff and whatever. How do you afford that on a fixed income?
You don't.
They haven't changed.
You go without.
They should be getting raises, but stuff has to be fixed off because they just found $1 trillion with that people from other countries on our Medicare policy should never received.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's $1 trillion, but it's absorbed. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
500 million to $1 trillion, whatever. It's a crazy amount of money that should be going to people on Medicare.
Yeah.
It's not Medicare. What we found out is Medicare is not going bankrupt. That's what we found out. We have money just going in the wrong places.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that all comes back. And that leads me back to RFK. All right. So you read I did a Wikipedia kind of thing, and listen how negative it is. You know what? Let me show you guys. Let me see if this comes in. Maybe it is. It comes in. Can you see that? I can't see.
Yeah, we can see it.
So everything here is pretty. I look at it as a conspiracy. Again, I can't really read that.
Oh. Sorry. Let's see. It says lawyer, author, anti-vaccine activist, and conspiracy theorist, currently serving as the 26th United States Secretary of Health and Human Services since February 13th of 2025.
I mean, when I look at that, I'm disgusted. And that's what the people are coming into this, just learning about politics. This is what your college kids see. This is what your high school kids see. And a lot of stuff that he teaches and everything he's been saying, it's coming true. So what's the conspiracy? It's his research. It's called research. Mm-hmm. It's what he does. When you have, the report was like 65% or 70% of our kids are obese now. Why?
And honestly, I have like a theory. I don't know if it's scientifically but I have a theory with that. Like, it's from the food that we eat.
Yep.
Okay. Now you can stop yourself from eating. Okay. That's a given. You can choose not to put that cheeseburger in your mouth. However, if the soil is not giving you the nutrients that you need through your vegetables and you're eating that, you're becoming you don't have the nutrients in your body. And so you don't get full because your body is not taking in what you need. And so with that, you eat more. You eat more because you're trying to get full. So I believe it goes right back to our soil and our hormones and stuff that we have in our stomach, because you're not getting what you need through the food, and you end up eating more because you're hungry, and and so on and so forth. So I really think it goes back to our soil. And the fact that we need to really, really stop doing fake foods. We need to stop doing fake foods altogether. If it doesn't have nutritional value, you shouldn't probably be eating it. And it's so hard. Everybody loves potato chips and candy and, and all of that. But most of those have horrible things in them, like rapeseed oil and canola oil and all those seed oils, which RFK is trying to get rid of. So
it's going to be a huge change how we do things in America, how it's processed, how we every little thing.
And there's a huge difference between here and Europe. And though we aren't Europe, we're not Europeans. However, there is a huge difference between how they do their food and how we do ours. And they do not have a lot of preservatives in their food over there. They don't. They go grocery shopping every 3 days. They don't go grocery shopping every week or every 2 weeks like we do here. I mean, I don't go grocery shopping every couple days. Their food is so fresh. Their food doesn't have any preservatives in it. If you buy butter, it's going to go bad in a few days because you're buying real food. It's crazy.
One second, what James? They can't take away Social Security programs. Only people that legally have anything to fear. And that's actually true. Now, being age, I'm 55. I'm going to be getting Social Security. I'm not retiring ever, guys. I'm never retiring. There's no way possible I could ever retire. Even working as much as I do, there's no possible way I will ever retire in my life. They're not going away with it. They're just trying to make it work. Because for years, we've been stealing away from it. All right? That doesn't do nothing with Trump or anything like that. It just has to be do with common sense. And what goes on is we're spreading conspiracies and all this other stuff to scare people, and we're hoping that you guys and everybody just has common sense on all issues, because that's what it's all about: common issues and our kids, which lead us back to our kids, our food. I mean, that's our life. With all salt, for example, or salt. Everything we do on the roads. I know in New Jersey, they're doing all these sprays and salts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is that? Where does it run off to? Where does it go to? What is it?
Straight to our water, straight to our oceans. If you're live near the ocean, it goes straight, or the Great Lakes here. Everything here goes to the Great Lakes. By the way, I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, our Cuyahoga River here in Ohio has been on fire. I don't know how many times from chemical spills. So it's no surprise that we have runoffs into those Great Lakes and stuff like that. By the way, I just heard a thing that we were talking about, the massive amounts of mercury we have in our fish. That is insane. And it affects everybody. So if you eat a lot of fish when you're pregnant, your baby can come out with mercury poisoning and have multiple different issues, including autism and all different kinds of stuff. And I think RFK was one that was talking about that recently, where he was talking about the mercury in our food and in the Great Lakes and stuff. It's nuts.
See, it just seems like over the last 40 years, both parties, it seems like nobody cares about this stuff. because we continue going to a sequence where we only go halfway with our thinking and never finish it. We never continue learning. Isn't that what college is supposed to be about? Continuing learning? Why do we continue learning about the soil, what's underneath the soil? Why do we, keep on going beyond and beyond? And that's what I like about Matt Powers.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see. I want to share something with Matt because Matt's a very important to me. So I don't know. Wow, this is not shared here, but let me see if this comes up.
My tea is so hot I can't drink it.
Let me see.
By the way, I love your name, Walker Texas Peppers.
He's a great guy. He's a really good guy. Soul stories. During the week, I do show stuff on LinkedIn, and so I go live around 11 o'clock. It could be a little early, a little after. You know what? I'm just going to type in Matt Powers here, guys. Hold on. Matt Powers has, he's one of the leaders right now in teaching about the soil. Man, you know what? Maybe I should get my glasses on. That helps. I'm trying to go through this. I'm like, I can't see anything. What am I doing? He just put this out 1 hour ago. Fertility increases with interaction with edges, increased interaction. There we go. There's my man. Are you planting cover crops this year? Boom!
I didn't get a chance to do mine. I really wanted to. I didn't have time, but I will. That's another thing with this gardening stuff, guys, is just relax and have fun with it. There are certain things that, you have to do or need to do, but if you don't get it done, don't beat yourself up.
Hold on, guys. I want to go to his...
Ginger. Ginger Ninja in the house.
Gotta love Ginger Ninja. Sorry, guys. There we go. I'm back. I was on my screen didn't show anything. I'm like, oh, what's going on? I'm just going to a new window, putting Matt Powers in. But he has all new classes starting next week, I believe.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. I stopped using chemical fertilizers on my farm in 2014. Since then, I use compost, manure, and microbial fertilizers.
Perfect.
Today, I have a diverse plants on my farm that regenerate on their own. No need for seeds. So you kind of have like a food forest. That's cool. Nice.
Regenerative lifestyle is the way to go. It's the healthiest way to live a healthy, long life. You're not going to have all these and healthy food, everything healthy. So, again, regenerative lifestyle is so important. So I'm going to go to Matt Power's site right now. If you guys could check that out. This is his homepage. Did that come up?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, go check out this site. Matt Powers. Just type in Matt Powers in your search bar. He'll come up. A little about him. But go check out his classes he's going to be teaching. He's always, go on YouTube, type in Matt Powers too. Just regenerative. All these books he's written is amazing. He learned how he learned his agriculture work is from Geoff Lawton. That's how he started learning, because Matt's health and his family was very, very bad, and Matt had some problems too. So, and he has to live with that the rest of his life. Okay, let me just get out of here. So I just wanted to show Matt up. Okay, now the things with RFK that he is been talking about is soil health, carbon sequestration, stuff that's with biochar, right? Water management, biodiversity. Let me see what else. Economic benefits, your community well-being, all this stuff involves with regenerative agriculture. That's your top 6 things, and that's what RFK is about. So to me, why wouldn't you want to learn from that man? I mean, these conspiracy things about his worm in his head. The guy's honest. The guy was a drug addict, right? He did a lot of drugs. He was a bad guy.
He was a heroin addict. Mm-hmm.
And what happens with all these issues? There's social impacts, right? Social problems, stuff that mental issues.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think he's going to be talking about in the next 4 years? Mental health.
Yeah, I think we really do need to step into that, into mental health in the United States. I don't think there's enough resources out there for people. And I don't know. I just don't think there's enough doctors that take people seriously that have mental illness.
Yeah, mental illness it's huge right now. I mean, look at our kids. Everybody's on medicines of every kind of degree. And a lot of it has to be done because they have situations that, well, they can't do anything about right now. But we can help solve a lot of issues for our future kids. And a lot of this is interesting. I did a hashtag thing about RFK. All right, these are the things that, well, most of the stuff here is what he's going to focus on. Vaccine safety, environmental health, healthcare reform, food safety, autism research, public health, health and human services, anti-vaccine, chronic diseases, health policy, environmental lawyer, health secretary, public health expert, healthcare cost.
Yeah.
So
I just talked to the secretary of the school that I work at about RFK Jr. and all the wonderful things he's doing for kids with autism, and like how he's putting it out there about, different, I don't know if I should talk about that, but he's putting it out there about all different things that can affect your children. And I actually had a talk with her because she's like, my grandson, I'm 99% sure he's autistic. And, he's like, my son isn't really too happy about it. And they're having, he's having issues with it. And I'm like, you definitely need to check out RFK and the research that he's done for kids with autism. And I even told her, I said, I'm not really trying to, that's a hard thing too, is like, I'm not trying to be political when I talk about it, but I just think that RFK Jr. is really honest and he's doing work for doing the research and trying to come up with some kind of answers for it. And I had a really long conversation with her about it because I'm like, it's so important that he's he's in government so he can come up with some of the answers that we've been seeking, so
it's down to like 1 in 22 kids have autism today. I think
that's so crazy.
And if you go, you know what, this is where I'm so afraid about the media because you're trying to find out what's true, what's not true.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you go to certain areas, there is very little autism. Then you go to certain areas, it's very high in autism.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, why?
Exactly.
And then you have these studies being done, not in those areas where there's a lot of autism, and when some areas where there's no autism, it's like, oh no, this is not true. Everybody has to do their research as a whole. I can't believe the government comes out in one party and saying, well, this is all not true. Any kind of topic. I'm trying not to say things and trying to put it in particulars here.
Sam, I'm totally 100% for what you're saying. I don't really, with YouTube and stuff, I don't know if we should really go there with that, but I'm 100% with you on that. I really, really think that there needs to be more research done in that area, for sure.
And see, got this channel, we're gonna disagree or agree with a lot of topics. This is one of those topics where we can't go.
And I honestly, I don't 100% agree with Joe all the time either. Like, I don't believe that global warming is a thing. So he'll talk about global warming and I'll just be quiet because I don't really think it's a thing. So we're not 100% with each other either. It's like,
that's why we don't discuss it with each other, because I want to put it out here. Because I think there's a lot of things and a lot of not things. Again, I like to listen. And some of it could be true, some of it's not true.
Yeah.
Because we're spread by government all these issues. That's what's being proven right now. We're being told things how to think instead of us thinking of our own.
Yep.
And that's really scary. I know my wife and I are total opposites.
Oh yeah.
And I can't open my mouth about anything because I'm a man. We're gonna lose. No, it just we're totally disagree with a lot of things, and so we don't even.
I don't mind disagreeing. Just don't argue with me. Like, okay, just agree to disagree. You don't have to do a debate show. You don't have to argue with me. You don't have to call me names. Just be an adult. And let's talk about it. You don't have to get nasty with me.
But these topics have to be discussed because we're told as a society right now to not discuss, not to have your own brain, to think one way. All right. So we're talking about autism. We really need to deep dive to every little thing and keep on. Again, this is what we started our topic with today. How far are we going to go? Is this autism? Is it going to be like the soil? Is it going to be like talking mushrooms? Is it going to be talking about the ocean where we only go so far and stop? That's how we started discussion. And this is how we're talking about autism. We need to keep on finding out the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything about any kind of topic we discuss.
Me growing up, I never had that issue. Like there was no kids with autism. They might have had other issues like palsy or other issues, but there was no autism when I went to school. I never went to school with anybody that was autistic. Now it seems like 35 years later, it seems like autism is like you said, it's 1 out of 20 kids. How did it blow up like that? Before I never even knew anybody with autism. So it's like it's really has blown up in the past decade.
Yep. How about like hands in the soil, your feet on a soil? How many kids today actually have their hand and their feet in the soil or the sand?
When my son's playing outside, he doesn't wear socks. I just let him do his grounding. It's grounding. You need that. Everybody needs that.
Environmental health. I mean, all these little things that vaccine safety. Now, vaccines, RFK, if you want to get it, get it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
It's about having you do your research and do what you want to put in your kids. And I agree with that. He's not saying do not take it. All right, everybody got to keep on saying it. You got to, certain vaccines I think we should have. But if you put in 36 vaccines in the kids in 3 years.
Hey, Lightfoot Bobby, thanks for coming in.
And this is what I have a problem is. There's no research, zero research on kids and effects of that. Why isn't there a study being done? Yeah, there's studies being done on one vaccine and that's it. How about all 36 within a 3-year period?
Yeah.
That's troublesome to me. I mean, again, research. Where's our scientists? Where's our college? Why aren't they studying this? Where's the thousands and actually should be millions of documents being filled out with their research right now with that? Not 5. Because we continue going down to a loop. We're going to cover a certain part and stop.
Yeah.
And that's a shame because we all know people with autism. We all know people that has problems. What's up, Bushelcraft family? We need to help our kids. This whole issue what we're talking about, it's our kids.
We have to protect our children. We have to protect our children. There's so many things going on out there that children should not be exposed to. We have to protect our children. Let them have their innocence. Like it's so screwed up. we have to do that. There's so many other issues out there, human trafficking and all different kinds of stuff. You just have to we have to keep an eye out, and not just our own children, everybody's children. You see something weird going on, we need to protect the children for sure.
See, we need to keep on discussing everything about any topic. I'm just so sad that not everybody, my wrong way of thinking. I'm just so afraid we stop researching. I'm so afraid of that because that's our history right now. And everybody comes down with one thing and that's it. Serena, I did not see it. I haven't really read the chat all as much as I should here. I've just been glancing. Let me see. You have a question. Let's read it. I know you have this. Planting squash. Yeah, no squash bugs. Oh, here we go.
I agree with you there, Ginger. We need more resources for our kids. I think we need a safe place for our kids to go and like play. And I'm not talking about like playgrounds. We should have like centers for kids that they can go to and hang out and feel completely safe. You know, because I think right now there's really, and bored children do things that they shouldn't be doing, like drugs. So there should be like centers for kids to go to and just like chill and hang out and have a healthy environment to go to. And that's just my thought on it, though.
Serena, I forgot. I didn't see your question, but no, I didn't read about that. But I'll take a look more into that.
Speaking of special need kids, that's so funny. We have a place here in Ohio. It's called, what is it called? Rock. It's called Rock the Spectrum. That's what it's called. And it is a gymnasium for kids with autism. And it has like all these sensory toys in it. It's freaking awesome. My husband just took my son to it yesterday. And they had this relaxation room. And it like had these glow in the dark trees, I guess, and swings and black lights, and like there was like crickets chirping, and there was all different kinds of stuff in there. And Fred just had a ball. He actually fell asleep for 20 minutes when he was in that room. But I guess he had a really good time yesterday. And it's a place where autistic kids, they can go and release some steam and go on their swings and do all the things that they, you know, can't normally do at home. It's really cool.
That should be interesting. All right. Food safety, nutrition, and kids, what they eat in at school. All right. That's a very interesting topic because not every kid's going to eat vegetables. Not every kid's going to be eating healthy foods. They want their pizza, you know. You know what? That pizza at school, I couldn't wait to eat it. That thing was so cheesy. It was so awesome. I don't know if it's still the same there at schools anymore, but you know,
it's not the same. By the way, lunches at schools in general are just disgusting. That is another thing that needs to be redone. Because it's nothing but processed food and whole wheat. That's what it is. I'm like, so we're basically double poisoning the children with whole wheat and with processed food. It's constant. There's nothing that is made from scratch. It is all, let's put it in the oven, you know, and mozzarella sticks and chicken nuggets and pizza twice a week and just horrible stuff that is not, and then they think that if they add a fruit and a vegetable to that, you have a well-balanced meal. I'm like, wow. That's not well-balanced meal. There is so much wheat, whole wheat in all the food at the schools. It's insane.
It's just a shame how the kids, a lot of kids still think that you grow vegetables at a store.
Mm-hmm.
I pick up kids now at the school bus and stuff like that. They think they grow vegetables at the store. They grow the vegetables at the store. I'm like, wow, interesting. Hey, I ask them questions. I'm having them all grow their own seeds this year. They're all getting seed packets on my buses. So I'll pick up 500 kids a day. They're getting all seed packets. So more or less a lot of cucumbers. Cucumbers seems to be the thing they want to grow. And squash. So yeah. So here's some zucchini. Have fun. Zucchini might be the most favorite thing they grow. Guess it's, at the end of the school year, they can't grow in the summer, so it would be the thing that comes up really fast for them. They might not like it, not like it too much, but it's just something I'm putting out there. So vaccine safety and health, environmental health, healthcare policy. These kids, which everything RFK is talking about our kids. I believe that all food for kids should be for free in school. Somehow, if we're feeding other people in other countries, our kids should be fed for free. There should be no money involved at all. Again, I remember, this is terrible, but you got to remember this is the 70s. I try to be an entrepreneur. I played the violin when I was in. I got to take off the glasses because I can't believe I've been saying this. I can't believe this is actually true. I used to beat up people a lot. I grew up with Muhammad Ali and boxers. That was your entertainment. So everything was about boxing, beating people up. At least my school was. So I would get $1 and I would tell a kid, I can't believe I'm even saying this. Listen to me play the violin, or I'll beat you up and I'll take the $1 from you so I could double my lunch if you don't listen to me play the violin.
I can't imagine that you were a bully.
I was such a bully. Things change in life. I don't think anybody would see me as a bully ever in any kind of whatever. I was such a bully when I was little. But imagine somebody listened to me play violin. I thought I was good. That little. Or I'm going to beat you up and I'm going to take your $1 and I'm going to have them to have two slices of pizza instead of one today. And as you can see, I was a bully. Kind of crazy. I can't believe I even said that. I was a really big bully until about 5th grade. And then I grew up really fast. When I was in kindergarten, I beat up a 4th grader. Just say that. My brother was a big time. We're good athletes. My brother was 4 years older than me. And yeah, I was pretty. We had actually rankings in school who was the best boxers in school. Wow. So it was just something that, I got reformed. Food safety, nutrition. Get back to topic, but I really believe our kids should be getting free food, and everything they want in that school system should be made for them, not what they could eat. Because you know what? If you're hungry enough, you're going to eat. And if that kid's healthy, that kid's hungry, he's going to eat something that's going to be on that table. But at the same time, just like RFK, hey, if you have McDonald's, I don't care if you eat McDonald's.
Just
you're going to know what's in what you're eating. And that's one of the biggest things RFK is doing is you're going to know what's in everything you eat, because kids have no idea. And why isn't that being talked about when we're little in schools? Maybe it is a topic. Maybe it is being discussed in your school district, but maybe that should be one of our topics that we talk about all the time. Since 60 or 70% of our kids are obese in schools. Just the topic, because if you have a healthy life, you have a healthy upkeep growing up. You usually do when you get older. So just a little topic. Autism research, we talked a little bit about that autism research needs to be that should be our main topic in all our colleges. Is it? I don't know if it is or not. Big pharma and healthcare cost. That is insane. everything to do with big farm and healthcare costs has to be fixed. All right, just think about the healthcare costs. My son was in a hospital 34 days, came out and I'm not even going to go to my personal stuff, but the amount of money for an X-ray or anything today, it's millions of dollars after a while. You forget them every day. Just say that.
Yeah.
We need to get healthcare costs down in America. And it should not be.
Sure. People don't understand. Like when you go to the hospital and this is just an example, but I've had it happen to me, so I know. They charge like $100 or some dollars for Advil. And they'll charge it to your account. Like, why is Advil $100? Like, it's nuts. A bag of saline, $800. Like, it's nuts. The cost of healthcare is nuts.
And Serena here goes, I was bullied in elementary school, and afterwards I left 10 minutes before school was out so I could walk to my dad's school without being bullied. And you know what? What's interesting about that is there should be nobody bullied at all. And part of the discussions in school have to be more geared to family, more geared to there's so many bully initiatives out there today. I don't see any difference out there at all. Is that being studied? I don't know. But nobody ever should be bullied. We shouldn't be. Our healthcare cost has to go down. I mean, it's just extreme. And you know what? The doctors are making a lot less money, by the way. So, if doctors are making a lot less money, like 50% less money than you used to, where is all this other money going to? Mm-hmm. Where if you're getting billed $20 million for somebody, or $40 million, or how many millions of dollars, and 80% or whatever, everything gets taken care of to a minimum, where is all this hidden money going to?
Yeah.
If it's written off, where else is the other money going to? And it's a total fleece. It's going in somebody's pocket somewhere, and it's crazy. So all this stuff's going to be kind of figured out. It's going to be figured out with this administration, but it takes time. It's going to take time. And I give so much credit to RFK, because somebody's going to want to do harm to him.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. If not, they've already tried, because I know there for a while he wasn't getting any Secret Service anything. So there was several issues that he had where people have tried to break into his house, and like, where do you think you get the right to do that? Break into somebody's house, and just because over what they think. You don't like what they think so much, you're going to. It's just crazy to me.
So, guys, we're only going to go about 5 minutes longer. Maybe not even that. But we just want to say all these topics we talk about, we just want to put stuff in your pocket. We want you guys to learn, and we want you guys to think on your own, with your own head. Do your research, because the research, the information it's all out there somewhere. But now you got to find out for yourself what you believe in. We're never gonna tell everybody this is the way you should do it. Okay, this is what's going on. Period. This is it. This is not like that. That's the reason why Corky and I don't really talk off of here, and we want a discussion. We want a discussion going to you. But at the same time, we want professionals to come into these areas, to come on, to show us what you know. And that's what's going to be so important with LinkedIn, because we are involved with so many specialists that we're going to hear their ideas. And just to let you guys know, a couple notes on our channel. I'm going to be live. I'm trying to go live 2 times a week on Garden State Gardener during the week and 2 times on Grow Big for about 45 minutes or so during the week. In between my little session, probably around 11 o'clock. Summer is in there. And on Garden State Gardener, it'd be the opposite day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's opposite channel, all for about 45 minutes. And if I can't make it, I'll try to put it on my community post. I'm not going to be there. Corky has her channel called Wide Family Farm. And any updates on your channel?
No, I'm doing lives during the week between 1 and 2-ish. So I'll be doing lives then. I do them in my car because I'm not at a computer. And then there'll be more videos coming out because I'll be in the garden more. So I'll have more footage to shoot and stuff like that. So just look out for it and look out for me going live during the week around those times, because that's all I have is that time. Tammy and I, every week on Friday night, we have something going on where we're talking about YouTube and YouTube ethics and stuff like that, and talking about how to grow your channel, basically. So that's every Friday night, except for every third week. We won't do it because I have something going on. So check us out. We go live Friday nights.
And Garden State Gardener is not on 7 o'clock on Sundays anymore, but I'm still going to continue doing Sunday Fun Day. So our Sunday Fun Day will be at around 5 o'clock, 5:30. It all depends. So Summers in that vicinity will be live. It's only going to be an hour or hour and a half, depending on what time I have to, because I have to go back to my job on Sunday nights. So that's what Garden State Gardener is going to be. New time, new thing. And so that's something new on Garden State Gardener. The Vineyard Chicks are going to be right after me. So we kind of flip-flop times a little bit, and we kind of talked with each other. So this will be great to work out. So a lot of exciting stuff. I want to talk about seeds because it's a new growing season. So Corky and I will talk about seeds very soon, what's going to be new in our garden, what's going to be old in our garden, what's going to stay the same, all those little things. Also, members on this channel will be compensated their prizes for as long as they've been. Again, we're just starting to come back new, and we had some great followers that started from day one, and a lot of them are right here. And so we're going to get not their prizes, but what we told them they're going to get, and that will all come very soon. Just trying to figure all of it out. So, and thank you for everybody sharing time with us today. We're going to land. This is going to be our end of our live stream. And everybody that followed on LinkedIn, send us a message. We'll love to have you. But we need to speak English. Corky and I don't have translator to translate. So thank you, everyone. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll all hope to see you soon.
Bye,
Take
guys.
care, everyone. Bye.